الفاتحة. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Thank you for your participation. We have two distinguished speakers from PB today, Associate Professor Dr. Haji Ubaidillah and Assistant Professor Dr. Hajjah Hairunisa Musari. Let me share with you briefly about our distinguished speaker. Associate Professor Dr. Haji Ubaidillah is the Dean of the Faculty of Islamic Economics and Business, PEBI, at Kiai Haji Ahmad Siddiq State Islamic University, Winhas, Jember, Indonesia. His research spans Islamic thought, multiculturalism, economic sociology, Pasuruan history, and pesantren studies. He assesses for the National Accreditation Agency for Higher Education, BANPT, and Accreditation Council for Education, contributing to many national and international journals. The second speaker, Assistant Professor Dr. Hajjah Hairunisa Musari, is the coordinator for International Office at FEBI Winhas, Jember, Indonesia. She serves as Secretary of the Indonesian Association of Islamic Economists for East Java, focusing on sukuk, wakaf, fiscal policies, and Islamic finance. Her chapters appears in prestigious international publication, and she brings experience from the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, Indonesia, recognized among the top 300 most influential women in Islamic business and finance. The topic of our webinar today is Preserving Tradition, Embracing Change, the Futures of Pesantren in Indonesia. It's a very interesting topic, I think. Each speaker will be given about 20 to 25 minutes each. Without further ado, I would like to invite the first speaker, Professor Ubaidillah, to start. Please, Prof.
Thank you, Dr. Nabil. My voice is clear, right?
Yes, I was going to start first. Dr. Ubaidillah?
Yes.
First,
You can start.
Okay.
Okay, you can.
I will start the presentation, Dr.
Okay,
Nabil.
no problem. No problem. So Dr. Hairunisa will start first. You start first.
Yeah, I would like to share the presentation. Wait a minute. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yeah. You can see my presentation, right?
All right, yes. Go ahead.
Okay. Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Excellencies, all management of Faculty of Islamic Economics. Here is Associate Professor Dr. Ubaidillah as the Dean of FEBI Winhas. I actually just accompany him to present today, and also Excellencies, all management of UBD-SBE, particularly Senior Assistant Professor Dr. Haji Masairol bin Haji Masri as the Dean of UBD-SBE, and for the moderator, Associate Professor Dr. Haji Muhammad Nabil Al-Munawar, MBA Program Coordinator. Nice to meet you, and thank you for taking your valuable time to accompany us today. I feel that today's webinar is very special because of you, because it's moderated by someone special also, because Dr. Nabil is an academician. Yeah, this is Dr. Nabil. Yeah, Dr. Nabil is an academician from Indonesia who previously served as Dean of UBD-SBE, and in 2022 he received the honor award Teachers Day, which was given directly by His Majesty Sultan Haji Hassanal Bolkiah, Sultan and Yang di-Pertuan Agung of Brunei Darussalam. Good afternoon, everyone. We hope all audience here are well, and thank you for attending our collaboration webinar between UBD, SBE, and FEBI Winhas in this afternoon. Please don't forget to mention also Save Gaza and Palestine in our daily dua. Okay, this is the last edition for this semester. Collaborative webinar between UBD SBE and FEBI Winhas. Inshallah, the next semester we can collaborate again through this UBD SBE webinar. Today, Dr. Ubaidillah and I are going to present preserving tradition, embracing change, the future of pesantren in Indonesia. This is our agenda. We have 5 agendas. I will deliver the first introduction, and then pesantren in the history of Indonesia's independence. Today, agent of change and national development. Dr. Ubaidillah will continue the presentation by presenting the future of pesantren and the last opportunities, challenges, and recommendation. Historically, pesantren in Indonesia is the oldest Islamic educational institution that have functioned as a stronghold for Muslims against imperialism and colonialism, a center for dakwah and also a center for developing Muslim society. Statistically, the data of the Ministry of Religious Affairs of Republic of Indonesia, the number of pesantren have reached around 36,000. Meanwhile, the number of active santri or students was 3.5 million, and the number of kiai or ustad or teacher was 370,000. Yeah, 370,000. And in the second semester 2023, referring to the Ministry of Communication and Informatics of Republic of Indonesia, the number of pesantren had reached around almost 40,000. And the number of active santri or student was 4.85 million. And you know, West Java is the province with the largest number of pesantren, and East Java is the number two of the largest number of pesantren in Indonesia, and with a fairly large number of pesantren and santri, I think this traditional Islamic education institution have strategic potential to support national economic development and determine Indonesia's future. This is we move to the second agenda, pesantren in the history of Indonesia independence. Yeah. Oh, still not yet move. Okay. Yeah, no doubt, pesantren has a very big role in educating the nation's young generation through religious education. Pesantren is an educational institution that exists long before the independence of Indonesia. Pesantren was born at the same time as the early history of Islamic preaching in Indonesia, especially in the island of Java, was spread by Wali Songo. Yes, the initial embryonic phase of the birth of pesantren began during the Wali Songo era around the 15th, 16th century, and it became the main witness of the spread of Islamic in the archipelago in Nusantara. And in addition to the educational process, pesantren historically also played a role in gathering strength in order to see see Indonesian independence from the hands of colonialists, and kiai or ulama during the war for independence has at least two roles, namely as teachers, thinkers, and reformers, as well as commanders of leaders of the war against Western imperialism. Because of that, we know about the Laskar Hizbullah, Laskar Sabilillah. They were the Laskar Santri and Kiai in the past. And it's clear the history of the Jihad Resolution in October 1945 is a proof of the real contribution of the pesantren in winning independence of Indonesia. Laskar Santri became the forerunner to the formation of the People's Security Army, PKR, Tentara Keamanan Rakyat, People's Security Army on October 5, 1945, which now we call Indonesian National Army, TNI, Tentara Nasional Indonesia. And we can see many figures from pesantren received the title of national heroes. Okay, this is the national heroes from Kiai. 10 national heroes with the background of Kiai. Okay, yeah, we can see there are the Kiai who have recognition and awarded as national heroes by the government of Indonesia. And it cannot be denied that the Jihad Resolution 1945 formulated by the Kiai in the past to protect and guard Indonesia's independence is the spirit of National Santri Day, which was set for October 22. Yeah, we would invite you all to listen the song Santri Day, less than 4 minutes. I think it's okay for our presentation. I just would like to show you how Kiai and pesantren by the government of Indonesia have recognition from the government. Uh, uh, Wait a minute. Salah. Ya, enggak deh. Oh, where is the sound? Oh, share sound. Yes.
Oktober 45, resolusi jihad panggilan jiwa, santri dan ulama tetap setia. Ayo ngaji dan patuh pada kiai. Jayalah bangsa, jaya negara, jayalah pesantren kita. Mari bersiap kita berangkat ke pesantren dengan penuh semangat. Raih cita-cita, luruskan niat, mengabdi untuk kemaslahatan umat. Hari santri, hari santri, hari santri, hari santri bukti cinta pada negeri. Ridho dan rahmat dari Ilahi, NKRI harga mati. Ayo santri, ayo santri, ayo santri, ayo ngaji dan patuh pada kiai. Jayalah bangsa, jaya negara, jayalah pesantren kita. Jayalah bangsa negara, jayalah Indonesia, jayalah Indonesia.
Yeah, this is the song, the video from the Ministry of Religious Affairs of Republic of Indonesia. Every year, on October 22, we sing this song. Okay, next, this is the lyrics of Santri Day. I try to translate in English. This is the draft, the manuscript of Jihad Resolution. And this is Nahdlatul Tujar. In the past was the record of kiai, pesantren, and santri in developing community empowerment. And because of that, pesantren is not just only a concern in the dakwah of Islam, but also as the agent of economics in the people's economy. And then almost 20 minutes. This is the agenda, the third agenda today, agent of change and national economic national development. And this is after Alhamdulillah, we have act of pesantren right now since 2019, Undang-Undang Pesantren, and this is the message of pesantren's law in Islamic economics perspective. Just like I said before, serves not only as institution of education, religious, social, but also has a pivotal role in the development of society. Not only education and dakwah, but also community empowerment. And the last, and an agent of change and national development, social, economy, religious, education, and politics. And this is the works of pesantren today. Not only tafakuh fiddin institution, but also empower the economy of the surrounding community of pesantren. And through the Ministry of Religious Affairs, MORA, in Indonesia, the government also provide capital assistance and marketing management for the pesantren to develop their self in the community, in society. We know about one pesantren, one product. That's the commitment of pesantren also to empower the economy of the community. Okay, I think it's just it's enough for me, and we can move to Mr. Dean. He is ready to present his presentation. Please, Dr. Ubaidillah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good
Waalaikumsalam, Bro.
afternoon. Nice to meet you for all audience.
Thank you, Bro.
Collaboration webinar between University Brunei Darussalam School of Business and Economics, UBD-SBE, and Faculty of Islamic Economics and Business, FEBI, Kiai Haji Ahmad Siddiq State Islamic University, Winhas, Jember. I would like to continue the explanation by Dr. Hayunisa. I would like to talk about the future of pesantren, preserving tradition, embracing change. For presenting, I would like to say my heartiest thanks for Senior Assistant Professor Dr. Haji Masyairul bin Haji Masri, the Dean of UBD-SBE, for opportunities to FEBI Winhas in collaboration with UBD-SBE. We, especially myself, feel honored to be able to collaborate with UBD-SBE. Also for the moderator, Associate Professor Dr. Haji Muhammad Nabil Al-Munawwar, MBA Program Coordinator. Nice to meet you, Mr.
Nice to meet you, Bro.
Sehat walafiat.
Alhamdulillah.
Thank you for taking your valuable time to accompany us today. Okay, I starting my presentation. I would like to emphasize that the future of pesantren is as an agent of Islamic civilization by preserving tradition and embracing change. Referring to Quran Karim, Surah Al-Baqarah 143 ayat. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa kadzalika ja'alnakum ummatan wasatan litakunu syuhada'a 'alan nas wa yakuna rasulu 'alaikum syahida. History proves that Islam once created a civilization that stretched from one end of the world to the other. At the time, science, which was the light of civilization, came from the Islamic world. So, what is changes, opportunities, and recommendation for the future of the pesantrens? Please, next slide. The current position of pesantren is also faced with serious challenges with the flow of capitalist hedonic in the global education, where competition between individual, between group, and between countries will become increasingly sharp in the name of globalization. So today, whether we like it or not, whether we want it or not, we are already in the great current of life with the paradigm of capitalism and hedonism of society. As opportunities, pesantren must be placed as an inseparable part of the national education system. Pesantren has made its real contribution in producing quality generation capable of maintaining national morality and spirituality. Pesantren also has experience in fostering, educating, and developing society. In Indonesia, Mr. Nabil, all pesantren has pancajiwa. Pancajiwa. Specific in pesantren in Indonesia. Pancajiwa, all the 5 officers of pesantren. 1, sincerity, simplicity, independence, brother sisterhood, ukhuwah, ukhuwah Islamiyah, ukhuwah wataniyah, ukhuwah basyariyah, and 5, freedom. As recommendation in this webinar, there are 3 things that are the meeting point between opportunities, challenges, and recommendation for pesantren institutionally in the future. In order to preserving tradition and embracing change. The 3 meeting points are: 1, stating tradition of pesantren through Arkanul Ma'had. Arkanul Ma'had is kiai, santri, Moskow, masjid, yeah. Mosque, yeah. Boarding asrama, and Islamic study or kitab kuning in Indonesia, in pesantren, kitab kuning. And 2, recommendation, translating religious teaching contained in the Islamic treasure of the past into advanced life as it is now. Now. Increasing awareness of pesantren as a strategic tool for developing society, nation, state, and the world. And 3, recommendation, increasing awareness of pesantren as a strategic tool for developing society, nation, state, and the world. Okay, Mr. Nabil, I end my
All right.
presentation. Apologies for any shortcoming. I will return the time back to Dr. Nabil as moderator for going ahead to question and answer. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Jazakumullah khair, Prof. Ubaidillah and Dr. Airunisa for nice presentations about pesantren. Interesting. Yeah, I have some questions, but let this Anyana, the forum will ask questions first. Please ask question. If you have, go directly, just ask question. Don't forget, unmute your mic, microphone, and then just ask questions, and then it will be replied directly by the speakers. Or you type if you're not sure, you just type your questions on the chat mode, and then I will read it for you, or the speaker will answer directly. I may start with mine first to start with, so that other will questions. So the pesantren education model, pesantren looks unique in Indonesian, right? Although there are some, I see some pesantren look like pesantren lah in Yaman, in apa Tarim, also some in actually in Malaysia, and in Brunei we don't have pesantren, but we have like tahfiz, system like pesantren. So they focus on actually memorizing Quran. Tahfiz. The model just like pesantren shouldn't stay in the hostels, the campus, right? So my question is, uh, the root of this pesantren model is from where? Is it really Indonesian original, or probably it's adapted from somewhere? The mic,
Yeah,
unmute your mic. Yeah.
yeah, Dr. Nabil, I try to answer with my limited knowledge about the pesantren. Actually, the speaker and who has more knowledge about the pesantren actually is my dean. I just accompany him, but I try to explain. Yes, I believe the there is influence from the out of Indonesia to pesantren in this country, because we know that the oldest and the first university in the world is from Islamic world, Al-Qarawin University in 700 century. Uh, then Al-Azhar and yeah, etc. They also influence the Islamic educational institution in the world. Automatically, I believe about it. And yesterday, I came to Dr. Nabil.
Oh, great.
I have an opportunity to visit Al-Qarawin
The
University.
oldest
And
universities there.
yes, and I saw uh, this is like the pesantren in Indonesia. It's
Okay.
similar, I think, in Al-Qarawin University with the pesantren of Indonesia. And I think, yes, because Wali Songo in Indonesia was the 15th and 16th century spread Islam in this archipelago. But yeah, 700 before, there was Al-Qarawin and Al-Azhar and etc. Yes, I think I believe about it.
Okay. It's just
Oh,
unique. If we look at the pesantren in Indonesia, so rooted from Nahdlatul Ulama. Most of the Nahdlatul Ulama institution is that Kiai has a pesantren, but I don't see any similar like this in Muhammadiyah. Is there any in Muhammadiyah that have a pesantren too?
uh,
They have model education is different.
Dr. Nabil, I would like to encourage my dean to talk also, not only me and you. Uh, yeah, the moderator asked about the model of pesantren in Indonesia, like we mentioned about it. Uh, is it different with Muhammadiyah or another party about organization? I mean, with Nahdlatul Ulama, is there any difference between the model santri, kiai, pesantren? Maybe
Okay, Mas. In Indonesia, there are many kind of pesantren. Yeah,
okay.
there are pesantren modern, yeah, pesantren modern, and pesantren salaf, but not Salafi, yeah, but not
Okay.
Salafi.
Salam.
Different pesantren salaf and Salafi. Yeah. Salafi is the Wahhabi. Yeah. pesantren or boarding school, Islam boarding school or pesantren salaf is pesantren kuno apa?
Uh,
Pesantren
Tradisional maybe ya,
tradisional ya,
tradisional.
tradisional. In the theoretical in Islamic studies ya, there are two model ya, uh, modern and traditional, modern and traditional. Jadi uh, pesantren salaf is traditional, ya. Uh, like Gontor is modern. It's modern. In Malang dia Al-Um, apa? Nah dia uh, yang di Batu, bukan. Ar-Rahmah ya, Ar-Rahmah ya, is pesantren modern. Uh, in pesantren modern, uh, dia mempelajari, learn, ya, Islamic study, not kitab kuning, not kitab kuning in pesantren salaf, in pesantren salaf. I think that is different, pesantren modern and traditional.
Thank you, Prof. Okay, any questions from the floor?
Uh, Dr. Nabil, just already I had a message from Dr. Masairo.
Okay.
I don't know that he can attend our webinar, but
Yeah,
he
he's here.
just already left. Or just already
Already left.
left.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
heard there was a greeting from the Dean of UBDSBE for you,
Yes.
Mr. Dean.
Yes. 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 He attended for a while, I think. Okay. Well, I keep asking questions if there are no questions from the floor. Okay. So I saw actually there are students from Pesantren can go to UIN. In fact, some actually they can go to national universities. Some goes some went to go to ITB, Gajah Mada, and so on. And can that one is no questions about the modern one like Gontor and some other Pesantren. But the Salafi one, I'm concerned about it. Can they go through that path so that they can go to universities? Students.
Dr. Abdul, actually, I also just know about the culture of pesantren, UIN, State Islamic University. Just maybe for 5 years, because I started my work in UIN since 5-6 years ago. And yes, some pesantren or students in madrasah before would like to continue their studies to State Islamic University, State Islamic institutions, I mean. And I think this is the paradigm of their parents, their kiai, to encourage them to continue in Islamic higher educational institutions. But today, I saw also like Gontor, high junior when high senior school from Gontor. they can also to continue their study to common university, general university. I mean like Airlangga University, Brawijaya University, like
Hmm.
ITB also. But for Salafi, like Salaf pesantren like Maidin said before, I think most of them encourage the students to continue in Islamic higher educational institutions.
I mean like UIN, eh? Ada
UIN,
tarbiyah.
UIN, IAIN, STAIN,
Oh, okay, well,
STAI,
yeah, okay,
IAI. There is
okay.
several various of
Religious, as
yeah, Islamic.
universities, eh?
Yes,
Islamic
yes,
real knowledge.
yeah. But
All
in
right.
modern pesantren, uh, maybe tend to more options to continue the university because like Gontor also there are some students from Gontor in Airlangga University, Brawijaya University, and etc. in general university. I mean, not
Oh.
particularly in Islamic education.
So,
Uh,
Prof, what is the trend? The trend among the pesantrens, eh? They're continuing the Salaf model when they have only limited options, actually. Or actually, the trend will be moved to modernize actually pesantren instead of just learning religious related subjects like fikih and then kitab-kitab kuning. They move also learning others so that they have more ocean later. So this is the what will be the trend in the futures?
yeah, I encourage my dean to answer your question, Dr. Nabil. Uh,
Dr. Nabil, in pesantren Salaf, dia model kelas muadalah kelas, muadalah kelas, eh, eh, s- apa, level the same level SMA, ya.
Senior high school.
Ya, the level senior high school can be continue study high school to university, high education in university like Airlangga, Brawijaya, or Islamic University.
That's good. Okay. Questions from the floor?
Yeah, Dr. Nabil, I would like to add the information.
Okay.
I believe the future, yeah, now we use multidiscipline,
Oh,
and yes, and today most of Islamic universities also open the program for common common major, common program, always Islamic studies, Islamic economics, Islamic psychology, etc. But also like engineering, medicine faculty, and yeah, something like that. The trend today, it's currently works today. And I believe the future will, the trend in the future uh, uh, in common university or general university also open the program like with the label of Islamics, because now most university not with a label of Islamic also open Islamic economics, Islamic
Yeah, 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 yeah.
accounting,
Yes.
Islamic finance, and etc.
Halal
And
sciences.
yes,
Yeah. Do you have any experience a student from pesantren in your faculty?
In our faculty, in our university, most of the students here come from
Pesantren.
pesantren or
Oh,
Islamic
okay.
senior high school.
Okay, okay, okay. That's nice. That's nice. How do you see them? They have enough background to go to like in PEBI, right? In economics, management, and then accounting. So they have enough background to go to go through this education.
Uh, you ask us, you ask from us about the how we can know the background of the students. You mean?
Yes, yeah. I mean, when you accept them, so then you teach them, right? And then how
Yes.
do you see them? They have a good background to follow, like, you have economics, you have
Yeah,
quantitative
Dr. Nabil.
educations. Yes.
Personally, I answer your question with the one word. This is my jihad because
Oh, okay.
most students from the pesantren, yeah, uh, the thinking, the paradigm, the knowledge, yeah, dominated by the Islamic studies,
Mm.
and it's hard for us, I think, to invite them to know about the, yeah, uh, general knowledge, general
Okay. Yeah,
knowledge.
yeah.
But yeah, yeah, this is the our works in Islamic University, I think.
Okay. So yeah, other works, eh?
Yes,
Jihad. All right.
yeah.
Okay,
This is
okay.
to make me spirit.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. It will be, you know, I'll be much, proud, happy when they graduate, from the pesantren, they enter the Win Has, for example, and then they graduate as a sarjana, first degree,
Yes,
right? S1, and then
yes,
even some of them move to
yeah,
actually to pasca sarjana and then go to doctorate.
yes.
Some of them.
And also, Dr. Nabil, today the the title of bachelor uh, remove the Islamic.
Oh,
In the
okay.
past, maybe Magister of Islamic Economics,
Okay,
and
okay.
today Magister of Economics without Islamic. But the major or the program, their concern stay in Islamic economics. But the title of
Sarjana ekonomi.
yeah, without Islamic, this is, I think, also the effort from the Ministry of Religious Affairs to make
Oh,
the from Islamic University to university Islamic to berdiri sama apa,
okay. Paralel, eh?
duduk sama rendah, berdiri sama tinggi.
Okay, okay. They are comparable.
Yes, parallel.
Comparable
Yes,
between Win, the Islamic content with the general content put together.
yes.
Yeah, I think it's Islamic is just specialization now, become specialized.
Uh,
Okay. We wait for other to ask questions. Otherwise, I dominate the questions then.
yeah, maybe because pesantren is common issue here,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
not
Not. Yeah. To me, it's very interesting.
some.
Although my family, there are many of them come from Pesantren. My father has
Oh,
come from
okay.
pesantren, and
From
I'm
West
not.
Java,
I'm
from
not come
Java.
from pesantren. Come from the actually national educations. Yeah,
Yes, IPB.
IPB. Yeah.
Mulia, mare, mare.
Maybe is there any question from the
Interesting.
audience?
Interesting that the majority pesantren are located in East Timor. East Timor. East Java.
Is Java.
There are many of them also. Majority, when I see actually the majority, when people go to pesantren, they go to Java, either to East, like Malang, and then Pasuruan, and then Bangil, and so on. So that's actually the directions there. There are there are some other pesantren in West Java, also in Central Java, right? But the majority of them, like your area, like Jambal, and then Pasuruan, that areas is including Madura, they have lots of pesantren.
Yeah, that's right, Dr. Nabil. Like I said in my presentation that East Java is the second largest number of pesantren. The first is West Java. Uh, Jember also central hub of pesantren for East Java, especially in Tapal Kuda area.
Tapal Kuda
Uh,
area.
yes, we have maybe six, seven, eight regencies in here with the hub of Islamic higher education institutions in Jember, particularly our university UIN has.
Okay. Some of these pesantren I noticed they also have university like Gontor, Gontor Darussalam universities. Maybe some I also actually visit some actually Nahdlatul Ulama University like University Muslim Indonesia. They are also maybe the rooted from pesantren too, the Kiai. Interestingly, your university is as a class is a Kiai, Kiai Ahmad Siddiq.
Yeah, yes, because he was born in Jember, and he was also the head of Nahdlatul Ulama in nationally.
National. It's well known figure.
And today, yeah, most kiai in here. My dean is also the kiai.
Yes, yes. Kiai Professor.
Ya, sama sekali.
Kiai Professor.
Maybe is there any information would like to share in the Zoom to audience? Information about the pesantren Pasuruan in Pasuruan maybe
In the Great Pesantren in Pasuruan.
because
In Pasuruan, the Great Pesantren is Sidogiri, ya,
Itu gini.
Sidogiri, eh, Salaf, eh, Yai Hamid, ya, Yai Hamid, eh, very
famous.
famous, ya, very
MS ya.
famous. Yai Hamid, oh, Waliullah,
Ngadil.
ya, Waliullah in Java. Ya.
Hmm.
In Jember, there are Nuris,
Nurul.
Nuris, Al-Qadiri, the Great Pesantren in Jember, ya. Hmm.
Itu irang di situ berang.
Jombang,
Jombang.
Jombang,
Jombang main pesantren ya.
Ya,
Jombang, Darul Ulum, ya. Tambak Beras in Jombang,
Hmm.
many pesantren in Jombang,
Main pesantren ya,
many
Jombang ya.
pesantren in Jombang.
Also Malang ya. Malang and that area ya.
Uh, in Malang,
ya, Hasim Musadi.
in Malang, Kiai Hasyim Muzadi Al-Hikam,
Al-Hikam ya.
Al-Hikam, in Bululawang, Anuriyah, ya, Anuriyah, Al-Munawwariyah, Anuriyah, ya, in Malang, the Great Pesantren in Malang.
Dr. Nabil, there is a question in the meeting chat.
Chat. I don't know. Ada chat.
Uh, can I answer directly?
Yeah, you can answer directly. Yeah.
Okay, this is the question from Sister Mutmaina. She asked about what do you think if today's young generation can less about Islamic boarding school traditions? What will the future look like for Islamic boarding schools? Uh, Pak Ubed. Yeah, I think more attention from most parents today to encourage the children to study in pesantren, particularly maybe in modern pesantren for the moderate family. But I think with the background of Salaf pesantren or Salaf family will encourage to study in Salaf Islamic boarding school, I mean. And yes, I believe the trend, the future of pesantren in Indonesia will shine, like Mr. Dean said in his presentation, pesantren truly actually is the agent of Islamic civilization. They are not just for Indonesia, ASEAN, Asia, but in the world. I would like I ask permission to Dr. Nabil. I would like to share the picture of Al Qarawin University. This is also part of our presentation. Actually, you can see this is the
Morocco,
Al Qarawin in Morocco, Qarawin University. There are several washrooms for girls, for boys, and this is the part of lecture room.
Wow.
Lesehan, lesehan. This is part of lecture room, not the only one, not, but this is also the part of lecture room. There are ustadz, ulama to teach the student in one hall, one big hall, and this is the picture, the center of Al Qarawin University. This is they are in Old Medina area, in Fes City, in Kota Fes. This is I think like pesantren Indonesia, like almost similar with the traditional Islamic boarding school in Indonesia. Because of that, like the question of Dr. Nabil previously, I saw the similarities between the Al Qarawin University tend to pesantren Indonesia. They not use the like big building and modern building, but it is similar with the pesantren Indonesia.
Okay.
I just want to show
Yeah.
you my journey
Okay.
in the Morocco.
Okay. We have 2 more minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. If there is no more questions, then we can close it. Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Ubaidillah and Dr. Hairun Nisa, for your very nice presentation. I'm really interested to this kind of, some trend of the progress and the pictures of this actually unique model of education in Islam, especially in Indonesia. So Jazakallah khair. May Allah always bless us, especially you, and strengthen our collaborations, our relationships, and inshallah we'll continue the next semester. Okay, we just finished examination here in Brunei, so we are entering the long break. This is the long break from mid of May until early August. So long break, long break. Okay, let us close this webinar with reciting Surah Al-Asr. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal asr innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa amilu salihati wa tawasaw bil haqq wa tawasaw bis sabr. Thank you very, very much. See you later.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nabil, for accompanying us.
We communicate ya.
Ya, ya.